day 36, 365 days of printing on vintage hardware, and I figured today I'll take you along for the full ride. But first, shout out to the guy on YouTube who commented that all we're doing is printing garbage for the landfill, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with 10-year-old filament, or 15-year-old filament, or machines of the same age if we're not going to throw it in the landfill. So I've never really printed anything complicated with this machine. A benchy normally relying on retraction. So let's take some risks. I'm gonna hit generate G-code, and here you can hit edit and go through all your SkyForge settings. So you see here we have the layer height 0.28. You set your nozzle width as a perimeter width over thickness. And then in things like speed, we'll have our feed rate and our motor RPM, which is 45 and 255. It's not really RPM, it's PWM speed. So we'll hit generate G-code, and we will wait a very long time and come back to this. Now that it's sliced, we can send it straight to the machine, but that tends to fail. We can upload it to the SD card. That may actually also corrupt and takes forever, probably take a half an hour. We can build the file, so we're going to send that directly to the SD card we have, and we're going to stick that in the printer. Now we will stick our SD card in the machine. I had this to 0, so what you have to do is you have to center the build plate and set this down to 0. It moved on me, but it should have only moved up a certain amount, so it thinks it's at 15. We'll hit center Z, and you do what you normally do. You just take a piece of paper and make sure you have the right gap. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build from SD card. I'm going to select our Benchy, which is our latest file. It's going to go up, it's going to extrude, and then it'll start printing. So it's finishing up the raft now, and it's going to start the actual bottom layer of the Benchy. And we'll come back to see what beautiful disaster it creates. Checking back in, it looks like we have had a layer shift. As far as the DC extruder goes, Oozebane probably has helped a little bit, but there's still plenty of ooze there. I don't think this supports reversal, unfortunately. You have to have a stepper extruder for that. We'll let it get to the top. If it doesn't layer shift again, we'll see how it does. Alright, well, that is not quite as bad as I was expecting my landfill waste to be, but that's the first time I've ever attempted something this complicated on a cupcake. We'll have to see if we can improve it at some point.